Happy Saturday. Good morning, everybody else. And
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday, right?
Happy Saturday.
Welcome to the Balls.
That's always a happy Saturday. I don't have to put on pants if I choose not to.
That's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Balls Not Court podcast. And I'm here with Kevin Carter on my right-hand side. I got John Orr. He's back to his weekend.
He's back into his weekend duties.
Yeah, weekend duties. Of course.
You got sick duty.
Oh, my God.
But it's good to have him back. You know, he's
on the weekend.
Well, he's more than welcome to come during the week. But
he comes whenever he feels like.
John's a busy guy, man. John's got disco.
He's like El Nino. He comes every so often.
John got disco.
It's not that I'm busy. It's just I procrastinate on too much at one time. So it all bites me in the ass in the long run.
Yep.
You know, if I practice time management, you know, I would probably be a lot less busy than I appear to be.
No, I hear you, man. Well, hey, Roger Goodell had his press conference. He came out to hiding. He's been in a cave for the last, week or so. Mm-hmm. I guess he didn't really want to speak anything right now, but some of the taglines that I had in this press conference here that the NFL has been, the recent examples that the NFL has been doing wrong, and it starts with him. And state there is a new conduct policy on the way.
That's coming in February after the Super Bowl. What the hell is taking so long? Why is it taking so long for a new conduct policy?
Can I answer this? And believe me, it's probably the only time this podcast I defend Roger Goodell, but it has to go through the players' union.
Good point.
It has to go through the players' union. The players' union, you know, they're going to get their attorneys in there, and rightfully so, because whether the player is right or wrong, as in Ray Rice's case, they have the right to an appeal to the players' union. The players' union has to accept that appeal. So they're going to get the players' union attorneys in there to make sure evil Roger Goodell and his band of miscreants aren't sliding fine print in this thing that eventually cost the player. Right. That is why it's going to take so long.
Also, he said he's going to try to bring in people who is experienced dealing with domestic and conduct policy. And so we'll see where that goes. But what's your thoughts about his press?
We're going to have the best classes and the best knowledge on domestic abuse. Are these guys morons that I go to my job and I don't have to be told not to hit a woman? Or I don't have to be told not to beat the holy hell out of my kid? Or I don't have to be told that you can't be bringing guns to other places? I don't have to be told these things because they're common sense things. So he's telling me that NFL players don't have the common sense not to know, not to do all these stupid things. Look, he's been really good at hide and seek for the past couple of weeks. Now Roger Goodell's really good at dodgeball.
Oh, you want to say how he's been dodging them questions?
He's dodging questions left and right. He was dodging everything. He was like, he was doing the Matrix moves, and they're killing me. I'm fed up with it. Just put one solid thing into the system. Here's a brilliant idea. Make it they do something stupid at their job, they get the same kind of punishment as if regular people did something stupid at their job. Kind of make it, I don't know, normal. Instead of making it where you do this, that. Oh, that's fine. Come on, you can still come play. Make it like a normal person's job. I guarantee you that'll fix a lot of the bull crap that these idiots do.
Yeah. Your thoughts about his presser, John?
Teflon Roger is what I'm going to call him. Teflon Roger, because just like Teflon, nothing sticks to him.
Yep.
It's like Kevin said, do I have to tell you not to smack your wife? Do I have to tell you not to say you have a bomb in an airport? Mm-hmm. Do I have to tell you not to stick your penis in a light socket? This is stuff you should know. And the fact that Goodell is pleading I was ignorant to the whole situation insults me. Yeah, because ignorance is not an excuse when you're the top man. At my job in the United States Navy, commanding officers, I'm talking captains and admirals in the Navy, have been removed from their command for stuff that has happened with their subordinates under their watch.
Right.
Simple as that. Ignorance is not an excuse. And the fact that you came in as the law and order commissioner to who put all these things in, because the NFL was starting to be the wild, wild west, who put all these things in, and even before all this carried on with a high and mighty attitude, so much that you suspended Jim Tressel for stuff when he got hired by the Indianapolis Colts. He resigned from Ohio State in the midst of the scandal. The Colts hired him. You suspended Jim Tressel for 4 games for something he did in college.
Exactly.
You were so high and mighty. Yet you can't get this right, and you have buckled to media pressure. And I'm gonna get more into that with the Jameis Winston incident. But when you issue a punishment and then you change it and then you reissue it because you're being pressured by the media, it shows you're incompetent, it shows you're indecisive, and it shows you're out of control. You have no control over the situation. And that press conference yesterday was the most disingenuous, scripted, read press conference ever. Goodell needs to go. As he told Sean Payton when Bounty Gate sprung out, ignorance is not an excuse.
What was his?
Simple as that.
Mm-hmm. And
ignorance is not an excuse.
What was yours, Roger? Are you pleading ignorance now, or are you just pleading the fifth, or pleading insanity, or what are you doing now? It's just irritating.
This is a guy that I saw in the presser that usually this is a guy who's confident. It's my way, the highway. He was a deer in the headlights. He, like Kevin and John said, he was dodging questions.
It seems like the owner's bitch now is what it seems like.
He looked like it's a chink in his armor fell off to a guy to me. The posture, because I'm a communicating member, so I'm reading to the cues how he was looking, and he really he's digging a hole for himself.
And then they kept asking questions and questions and questions, and they kept getting harder and harder and harder. And then you see the public relations person for the NFL come out and snatch him away.
Yeah.
They were like, come on, let's go. You're like, really? Make the man answer some questions. He needs to answer these questions. He wanted to be this all-powerful Wizard of Oz type dude reigning over the NFL. Well, all of a sudden now they pull back. I'm going to. Remember in the Wizard of Oz where you saw the big head and everybody was scared of him, right?
Right.
Now that curtain's been jerked back and they see who the real Wizard of Oz is.
Oh.
They see what type of person he is now. And now he's the real Wizard of Oz. So now people are going to wayload into him. And now he can't take it. And they running him off and doing all this stuff now. And the players were going off on Twitter. It was fun.
A real test of a man is how he reacts when his back's against the wall. Simple as that.
Poorly.
A real test of a leader is how he reacts when his back is against the wall. Now, was he responsible for Ray Rice beating his wife? No. Was he responsible for Greg Hardy? Absolutely not. Nope. Has he been responsible for anybody whatsoever and what they've done in their private time? No. Nope. However, he's responsible in the way he handled it. And he's handled it poorly. He's lied about things. He's backed up. And yeah, the owner's got his back now. But what are they going to do when these sponsors start pulling out? When Budweiser doesn't want to do the NFL? What are they going to do if that starts happening? And this is just breaking in right now. Apparently, the Ravens reportedly had access to the Ray Rice elevator video in April. Yeah. Rice believes the owners tried to bribe him for his silence.
And if you think that's correct, you're full of crap.
All right, well, because we're going to touch on that Ray Rice situation, too, and everything like that a little bit. But I would just want to read some of these furry tweets because they always call him baloney pretty much on Roger Goodell's press conference. Coach State Darius Butler said this press conference is pointless. From a running back, B.D. Wells saying, I got a lot of, we got it wrong, we didn't do this or that. If you're the judge and the juror, it's the best ability is accountability. Yep. Sidney Rice said, I don't know some people that got it wrong and don't have a job anymore. Does this mean it's okay to get it wrong? You gain 0 yards on an incomplete pass. And boo this man. And then
Sidney Rice is retired, though.
Yeah, we said former.
Yeah, most of the people that responded were except one. Torrey Smith was the only, I think, active guy who said something.
Yeah.
Now, does he get fined for those comments?
Probably.
Well, his comments weren't really that bad. He Roger just says exactly.
He said the exact same thing we say when we go in and plead our case.
So, I mean, Yeah, it's NFL players and former players didn't really buy his conference and everything like that. So, and Brandon Marshall said, "What the NFL Commission is doing isn't easy."
But he brought it upon himself. He legit brought this upon himself. If, when all the Ray Rice stuff started, if he would have suspended him the same amount of time they suspended people for weed smoking and all that stuff, nobody would have said anything. I don't think nobody would have said anything if they would have suspended him for 6 games. Mm-hmm. I think that would have settled it. Nobody would have said anything. But the fact that you gave him less time than you did people that smoke weed or did mollies or whatever, that was what pissed everybody off. And the fact that you couldn't legit go to New Jersey and go, hey, can I see the tape? They would have showed you the tape.
The NFL has more lawyers. I'm gonna say the NFL probably has more lawyers than teams.
Yeah, probably.
You don't think you can take a high-powered NFL? Roger Goodell is a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
He started in the law part of the NFL offices. You mean to tell me Roger Goodell could have went down there with a lawyer to that Atlantic City hotel or to the New Jersey police and say, we need this video? Yep. You don't think for a second they could have got those high...
They got the other video.
You're full of shit. Yeah, and it's not just the domestic violence. Domestic violence has been at the forefront, but it's all the other shit that's happened under Goodell and Watt. That's been swept under the rug. That's been mishandled. Mm-hmm. It's all the other stuff that's happened. I will go back as far as to say I don't believe, with as money-hungry and publicity-driven Roger Goodell and the NFL have been, that blackout in New Orleans was an accident. I know it sounds crazy, but think about it. We're on the verge of another blowout Super Bowl. And the lights magically go out for an hour and a half?
Denver was hoping the same thing.
Oh.
But, I mean, don't you find that mildly... Like, while the lights are going out, while the lights are out, they were still pumping that Super Bowl ad revenue in. Yep. Commercials are still being played.
Yep.
You don't think for a second. I mean, I've not been a fan of Goodell since he came in. The way he's ran the league. And this right here, if you're going to suspend Sean Payton for Bountygate, if you're going to hammer Bill Belichick for the videotaping scandal, if you're going to hold these coaches and owners responsible for things that happen with their team and with them, then why are you not held to the same standard? Mm-hmm. Why are you not held to... Why do you hold an egomaniacal-driven press conference when you say all this shit, but you give no answers? Just put a big Band-Aid on it. Why are you still in position of power?
And there's one big, gigantic answer for it, especially from the owners. The almighty dollar. Because they're raking in billions and billions of dollars. And that's and this, it don't go down to they're doing this, it goes down to money. If you're making the owners money, the owners are going to be a little more lenient with it. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what's going on. It shouldn't be that way, but that's exactly what's going on. This man has made...
You mean to tell me Ray Rice didn't make the Baltimore Ravens money with jersey sales? You mean to tell me that Adrian Peterson... I don't think they make a Vikings jersey that's not an Adrian Peterson jersey.
But here's the thing, John. They make money off that, but they don't make as much as Roger Goodell making $1 billion deal with Budweiser.
Allow me to ask this question then. Jerry Jones is being accused of sexual assault right now in those pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he still allowed at Dallas Cowboy games? Why is he not?
He shouldn't be. He shouldn't be. If you're going to hold it, you need to